Hello and welcome back to my latest video in the 3D sculpting section. As you can see, today I'm making a shoe, a high heel to be precise, a stiletto. You may have noticed already that I started with the sole and the heel already in there. Same as the shirt, I overworked or I reworked. In one of my latest videos I have a template for heels. I have a template for a stiletto heel and a template for a flat heel. I used to have one for the block heel as well, but at some point I um, have overwritten the save with a finished product, so I have to check again where I have the original, so where I have used it, and redo recopy it. So I have the template ready. I do this because, as with other things, making the sole and the heel each time is rather time consuming. Especially with the heels, I had lots of different approaches on it, lots of different heels with whom I work or with which I worked, but in the end I decided with this one and has have kept it as a template ever since. Why do I mostly do heels? Well, for one, I'm doing pin-ups, and um, it's kind of what I see with a lot of other pin-ups with other people who do stuff like this, and also because I personally find them aesthetically pleasing. Of course, I'm aware that heels are not the healthiest of shoes a woman or a man could wear. Most people prefer flats, which I am absolutely okay with. Everyone should wear whatever he or she or they them want to. Um, and I actually don't like the enforcement of heels in the workplace, as in that many or that some jobs require women to wear heels as part of the overall aesthetic on the job. So you have to wear formal clothing, and for women that can or that sometimes includes heels, which yeah, women who want to wear heels should be allowed to do so. Women who don't should be allowed not to do so. Having it as a mandatory work part is I don't think it's gay. I don't think it's actually good, because sometimes for whatever reason people can't wear them, maybe medical reasons, maybe whatever balance issues, I don't know. But in the end, I think they should decide for themselves if they want to or not. So yeah, just a quick rant about that. But nevertheless, I design a lot of them. I like them. I find them attractive. Um, um, but as you have heard, as you can see, I'm aware of the issues with it. And I will never force anyone to wear something they are not comfortable with. So, um, I lost my train of thought here. Great. So, what's interesting is that heels or heeled shoes are actually a few hundred years old, or the tradition of wearing those, and in former times, it were actually a man thing to wear heels. It was a sign of wealth and prosperity, and hey, I can wear those absolutely impractical shoes because I don't have to work. Much like the same as the lawn was um, made up by people who said, hey, look, I have so much land, I don't even need to use it all, I can just have it for recreational purposes. Yeah, those were people that were later guillotined in France. Anyhow, um, it became a women thing in the 20th century, I think. The first ones were on World War One pin-ups and stuff. This is the time where it came up, and later on, I think the stiletto heel is from the 1940s, 1950s, around that time. Um, it was then, yeah, the people were more into block heels later on, but it made a revive in the early 2000s or 1990s, I think. Around that time they came back to stay. Um, and then we have the whole workplace attire discussion again. But anyhow, um, yeah, they're what I find interesting is that they also made their way into modern video games. Um, I've played my small share of Asian um, games um, yeah of Asian MMOs, and a lot of female characters have um, well, for one, skimpy armor, and for the second, run around in high heels, which yeah, is absolutely impractical. Of course, in my pinups you sometimes see armor or battle attire with high heels. I am well aware of the fact that this is rather stupid, um, but I am going with my personal preferences here and with my with what I find optically attractive. Although it's pinups, it's not actual battle attire. I think I would have a rather different approach there. Yeah, what else is to say about heels? As you can see, if you have seen my work, I do a lot of toeless, peep toe, or so where you can see the toes actually. Because one problem I encountered with shoes, and one of the reasons I actually do a lot of heels instead of flats, is that um, when I sculpt them, they always turn out rather bulky. Um, I don't know why. I have a few ideas. Like it seems that um, I have to redo or work on the actual sole again before I redo this. But in the end, um, whenever I do shoes, whenever I do closed shoes, they come out more bulky, more big, more, yeah, than I intend. So um, I have to look up on that. This is one of the reasons I do a lot of open shoes, because you have the actual foot and not a bulky blob of whatever. Also, it helps with textures because I can just use easier textures. I don't have to um, work on so much detail. Um, have so intense textures, have to make bump maps and stuff, because right now I'm not really good at making proper bump maps for my stuff, so it looks actually like leather, or it looks like fabric, or anything. It's still something I have to work on and figure out. You'll also see a lot of straps, a lot of bell buckles and clasps, because this is just something I like, something I find aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. So this is the thing. Right now you see I'm working on the ankle part. So yeah, I have run out of general information and things to say about heels at this point. Ah, what else to say? This is actually the shoes I'm currently working on are actually part of a set I designed. The video is a few weeks old, I think 2 or 3 weeks. At this point, I just never gotten around to do it, to edit it, to record my thoughts and comments on it. So I'm working through the things I have recorded right now. The set you have already seen. I will probably post a close-up of the shoes at the end of the video, and I will do a thumbnail of them as well, so you have an idea. Also, so you see it at the when you load the video. So as you may have guessed, I usually do the render for the videos, the pictures I put at the end or at the beginning, after I record everything. Yeah, so almost at the end, only 2.5 more minutes to go. Yeah, I got a little bit lazy there. I could have made the connection between the second ring and the ankle part a little bit more pronounced, but in the end I was just okay, whatever, this works like this. Nobody will have a really close look at the shoes in the render anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm going with this. This part gave me was also quite interesting, because I had to really look into perspective here, because all the wings are angled a little bit. I also at the beginning I cut a large part out, because about the straps on the front, the on the toes, I had a different approach. I wanted to do 6 single straps at first, but I encountered some difficulty doing so, and decided, or had the idea, to go for the much easier and way I did, and work with it how it is right now. So yeah, the textures were rather easy and bland. I didn't go into much detail here. So yeah, really something creative and interesting. But I'm overall pleased with the result. Okay, that's it for today. Enjoy the picture at the end, and see you around. Goodbye.